Hello, lovely viewers. Happy to see you again on Football Planet, your weekly show dedicated to African news on Africanews, your Pan-African news channel. Here are the headlines. In the African Champions League, there's no end in sight to the controversy surrounding Zamalek and Generation Football case. CAF is still waiting to decide. In the meantime, both clubs are part of the draw for the group stage, scheduled for Wednesday in Cairo. The Under-23 African Cup of Nations in Egypt promises excitement. 2 groups with 8 teams, all dreaming of glory and booking an Olympic Games ticket. We will have Ghana's Black Meteors coach Ibrahim Tanko on the show to discuss the draw which took place on Thursday. And then Sadio Mane continues his history-making journey. He has now scored 50 goals in 100 games. The Senegalese striker is living a dream come true with Liverpool, who are part of the African stars. We will talk about this on this show right after this break. Welcome to Football Planet. What is CAF up now to about the dispute between Zamalek and Generation Football in the Champions League? It has now been more than a week since the verdict of the African Football Governing Body on the round of 16 second leg game between the 2 clubs is expected. And to add to the uncertainty of the doubt, the 2 teams are in the pause for the group stage draw of the tournament on Wednesday in Cairo. Details by Michael Dibi and Erica Josia Market.
It is final not to understand anything about it, why the dispute between them has not yet been resolved. Zamalek and Generation Football have each received an invitation to draw lots for the Champions League group scheduled for Wednesday in Cairo. In a climate of suspicion, however, the Senegalese, who had refused to relocate the 16th round of the second leg, were confident despite threats from the Egyptian club's president. What is certain is that, for now, we are still optimistic and we know that the law will stand and the regulations will be read. And we know that in these cases, there is no reason why we cannot win. All we did was apply the CAF rules, and I still think that if today there is to be a loser and a winner, it will be determined quickly. But the pressure is still high. It is fueled by rumors, the CAF's hesitant approach, the determination of the Senegalese people, and the threat of the sulfurous president of Zamalek, who last week won the FIFA's Generation Delegate for Africa, Fatma Samora, of Senegalese origin. The next few hours will therefore be more useful for CAF, which could have done well without this new case.
And as a reminder, the Senegalese club won the first leg 2-1 and is asking to be declared winners to guarantee passage into the group stage, a feat no Senegalese club has achieved since 2004, should they succeed. And we are going to talk about the draw coming up this Wednesday in Cairo. 15 teams have qualified for the group stage. We know the 4 pots with, as usual, the top teams in the pot 1, where we will find defending champions Esperance of Tunis, TP Mazembe, Wydad Casablanca and Al Ahly. Completing the list, in Pot 2, we have Etoile Sportive du Sahel, Mamelodi Sundowns, Wydad Casablanca, and the winner of the Zamalek-Generation Football dispute. In Pot 3, we will find USM Algiers, Zesco United, AS Vita Club, and Al Hilal. And finally, Pot 4 comprises Primero de Agosto, FC Platinum, Petro Luanda, and DS Kabylie.
Et nous reviendrons plus en détail sur ce tirage au sort.
We will come back with more details of the CAF Champions League draw, which will take place at the same time as the CAF Confederations Cup playoffs.
De la Confédération. Une CAN qui promet du spectacle.
African Cup of Nations that promises to be a spectacle. That's how we can describe the Under-23 tournament, which kicks off exactly in 1 month for now. In any case, the draw for the tournament was held last Thursday in Cairo, Egypt. In Group A, we will find host country Egypt, Cameroon, and 2 West African nations, Ghana and Mali, for a promising derby. And then in the other group, defending champions Nigeria will face stiff competition from Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, and Zambia. 2 difficult groups, notably Ghana's Under-23 team, whose coach Ibrahim Tanko has joined us on the phone line from Accra. Glad to have you, coach, on the show. So do you agree that this is a difficult draw?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very tough and very attractive group because, as you said, you have host nation with all the support behind them. You have Mali, who are currently one of the best, who have one of the best youth system in the continent, and you have Cameroon, who are also definitely a very good team. Yeah, but Ghana is also, a recognized force when it comes to African football. So I think the group is tough for all the countries.
What are the objectives of the team heading to Egypt?
Of course, we are one of the 8 teams that can win it, definitely. And we started this campaign and with the mind that we are going to qualify for the Olympics. Our aim still remains. And as you said, we are going there to win, and if not, and then try to get a medal that will qualify us to the Olympics.
You managed to qualify despite the problems confronting Ghana football. How did you manage to sack the players to focus on qualifying?
Yes, it's true, because as you said, with all the problems that we have, we still have a good players. When we look at the qualifiers we play, and we played 3 matches. In all 6 matches, we only lost 1, which is in Togo, 1-0 in the second leg. And the players we have, in spite of the problem we have as a nation, the technical team and the players are trying to achieve something. Something which we did not achieve in many years. This is the first time we qualify for this African Cup of Nations with all these problems. So we are sure if we concentrate and the players are also want to achieve something, definitely we are going to achieve what we want. So we are going there with full confidence, as we said, and try to be one of the teams that can go to the Olympics.
Good luck, coach, for the upcoming tournament.
Thank you very much.
That was Ibrahim Tanko, coach of Ghana's Under-23 national team. I would like to remind you that the Under-23 African Cup of Nations starts from November 8 to November 22 in Egypt, and that the top 3 teams will represent Africa at the upcoming Olympic Games in Tokyo next year. In the women's competition, it is this Tuesday that we will know all the qualifiers for the last round of the Olympic qualifiers. And the suspense remains high after the first round leg of matches with favorites who are already shaking, as we can see on this table. Ghana traveled to Kenya after a goalless drawn game. The same result between Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. DR Congo will host Cameroon after losing 2-0 in the first leg, while Zambia will try to consolidate their 1-goal lead in Botswana, who lost 1-0.
Tombeur de l'Afrique du Sud lors du tour précédent. Direction Thiès au Sénégal.
To Thiès, Senegal, where the WAFU tournament is ongoing. The tournament started on September 28, and now we have the 4 teams in the semi-finals. Host Senegal will play Mali, Ghana will face Cote d'Ivoire. The matches will be played on Tuesday and Wednesday respectively, for a place in the final on Sunday. There is a great relief for Cameroon, who retained their title as Africa's Under-17 champions, under the threat of being stripped of their title following an appeal by Morocco to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. The Lions have finally seen their victory confirmed and can therefore quietly prepare for the Under-17 World Cup in Brazil, which starts from October 26 to November 17. They represent Africa alongside Angola, Nigeria and Senegal.
Le Nigeria et le Sénégal.
As I told you in the headlines, after becoming Liverpool's leading scorer in the Champions League on Wednesday with 15 goals, Sadio Mane continues his legendary status with the Reds. The Senegalese striker, who played his 100th Premier League game on Saturday, celebrated it in the best way possible. A 50th goal in the Premier League from the penalty spot to ensure the Reds stay top of the league. The details by Frida Mlemwa and Amel Nke-Inga.
The Reds can say thank you, and it has become a routine for 3 seasons. Sadio Mane standing tall and decisive as always. On Saturday, the Senegalese striker added a new chapter to his legendary status that began in Southampton, which he is currently enjoying with Liverpool. The beautiful aspect of Mane's achievement was that their victory extended their lead to 8 points from their nearest rival in the league. Against Leicester City, third on the league before their Anfield trip, the former Red Bull Salzburg player was inspired to enjoy his 100th Premier League match in a Liverpool jersey that captivated the home crowd. A goal, his 50th in the Premier League for Liverpool, and a penalty kick ensured Liverpool recorded their 8th win in the new season. Sadio Mane could not have dreamt of a better way to celebrate this fabulous moment. With this feat, the Senegalese is now the 10th player in the club's history to reach the 50-goal mark. Last week, Sadio Mane became Liverpool's third leading scorer in the Champions League with 15 goals, tied with Mohamed Salah and behind the legendary Steven Gerrard. The Senegalese is still hungry for more success.
Sadio Mane was in irresistible form, but the Reds' victory over Leicester was soured by the injury of Mohamed Salah, a victim of a nasty tackle by Hamza Chowdhury, who received only a yellow card. Salah's injury has Reds boss Jurgen Klopp concerned.
He's a player who's in a full sprint. If you bring him down without ball around, for me, there's only one color. But I know, I see probably in your eyes and everything. I'm the only one who sees it like this. But it's dangerous as hell, and so I don't want to cause the boy any problems with the foul, but he has to calm down. Situations like it's not the first time. He has to calm down.
And it is on this note that we bring an end to today's show, but the discussion continues on Africanews Facebook page and on our website www.africanews.com. See you next week. Have a nice week.
Au revoir.